outcome. The principle of vibration states that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Everything in the universe, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, is in a constant state of motion and energy. And this energy vibrates at different rates or frequencies, depending on its nature and state. What does this mean for you? It means that you are also a vibrating being with your own unique frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions all affect your vibration, and your vibration affects your reality. You attract what you are in harmony with and repel what you are not. This is the basis of the law of attraction, which is a manifestation of the principle of vibration. When you vibrate at a high frequency, you are in alignment with joy, love, abundance, and peace. When you vibrate at a low frequency, you are in alignment with fear, anger, lack, and conflict. One way to raise your vibration is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It also opens your heart to receive more blessings from the universe. Try this simple exercise. Every morning, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. They can be big or small, as long as they make you feel good. Then, throughout the day, whenever you encounter something that makes you happy or grateful, say, "Thank you," silently or out loud. Notice how this changes your mood and energy. The principle of polarity states that everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. For example, hot and cold, light and dark, good and evil, love and hate. These are not separate things, but different aspects of the same thing. They are opposite ends of the same spectrum. What does this mean for you? It means that you have the power to change your perception of any situation or circumstance by shifting your polarity. You can choose to see the positive or the negative side of anything. You can choose to love or hate anything. You can choose to be happy or sad in any moment. The value of this principle is that it allows you to find balance between the extremes and tap into the full spectrum of possibilities. For example, if you are feeling sad, you can acknowledge that sadness is a natural emotion that has its purpose and value. But you can also choose to see the other side of sadness, joy. You can remember a time when you were happy or do something that makes you happy. You can also realize that sadness is not permanent. It will pass and give way to joy again. One way to apply this principle is to practice acceptance. Acceptance is a state of mind that allows you to embrace whatever is happening in your life without resistance or judgment. It does not mean that you agree with or like everything. It just means that you acknowledge it as it is. By doing so, you free yourself from suffering and open yourself to learning and growth. Try this simple exercise. Whenever you encounter a challenge or problem in your life, say, "I accept this," silently or out loud. Then ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this for my benefit? Notice how this changes your attitude and perspective. The principle of rhythm states that everything in the universe moves in a rhythmic motion. There is a natural ebb and flow, a pendulum swing, to everything that exists. Nothing stays at rest or in one state forever. We can see this principle at work in many aspects of life. For example, we experience cycles of moods, productivity, energy, and creativity. Sometimes we feel happy, motivated, energetic, and inspired. Other times we feel sad, lazy, tired, and bored. These are natural fluctuations that we cannot avoid or control. We can also observe this principle in the seasons of the year, the phases of the moon, the tides of the ocean, and the rise and fall of civilizations. Everything has its time of growth and decay, expansion and contraction, creation and destruction. How can we use this principle to improve our lives? The key is to go with the flow, not against it. When we are in a downtrend, we should not resist or despair. We should accept that this is a natural part of life and use it as an opportunity to rest, reflect, learn, and prepare for the next uptrend. When we are in an uptrend, we should not get complacent or overconfident. We should make the most of it by taking action, creating value, expressing gratitude, and enjoying the fruits of our labor. The principle of cause and effect states that nothing happens by chance. Every effect has a cause, and every cause has an effect. Everything that happens in the universe is the result of a chain of causes and effects that can be traced back to the source. This principle applies to all levels of existence: spiritual, mental, and physical. On the spiritual level, our thoughts and beliefs create our reality. On the mental level, our attitudes and emotions influence our actions. On the physical level, our actions produce our results. One way to illustrate this principle is by examining the butterfly effect. This is the idea that a small change in one part of a system can have a large impact on another part of the system. For example, a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil can cause a tornado in Texas. This shows how everything is interconnected and interdependent in the universe. The principle of cause and effect also applies to your habits and outcomes. Your habits are the repeated actions that you perform every day, consciously or unconsciously. They are the causes of your outcomes, which are the results that you achieve or experience in your life. For example, if you have a habit of exercising regularly, you might have an outcome of being fit and healthy. Conversely, if you have a habit of smoking cigarettes, you might have an outcome of being sick and unhealthy. The good news is that knowing the principle of cause and effect empowers you to take charge of your life. You can realize that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of them. You can choose to act in ways that align with your spiritual purpose, generate positive thoughts and emotions, and cultivate healthy habits. By doing so, you can create positive effects in your life and in the world. What do you think of when you hear the word gender? Do you think of biological sex, social roles, personal identity, or something else? Gender is a complex and controversial topic in our society, but it is also a universal principle that applies to everyone and everything. The principle of gender states that everything has both masculine and feminine aspects or modalities. The masculine and feminine energies are two modes of expression that apply to our thoughts and behaviors, as well as our emotions and feelings. The masculine energy is active, assertive, logical, rational, analytical, and goal-oriented. The feminine energy is passive, receptive, intuitive, creative, emotional, and process-oriented. These energies are not opposites, but complementary. They work together to create harmony and balance in ourselves and in the world. They are like the two sides of a coin, or the two poles of a magnet. They are also like the yin and yang energies in Eastern philosophy, which represent the dynamic interplay of all phenomena. The yin energy is feminine, dark, cold, soft, inward, and downward. The yang energy is masculine, light, hot, hard, outward, and upward. The yin and yang energies are constantly changing and influencing each other. They are never static or separate, but always in motion and in relation. The principle of gender teaches us that we need to balance the yin and yang energies within ourselves and in our relationships with others. We need to embrace both the masculine and feminine aspects of our being, and not suppress or deny either one. We need to integrate both the logic and intuition, the analysis and creativity, the action and reflection, the ambition and nurturing. By doing so, we can achieve a state of wholeness and harmony that allows us to express our true potential and purpose. We can also enhance our communication and connection with others who may have different levels of masculine and feminine energies. We can appreciate the diversity and richness of life that comes from the interplay of gender. By now, you should understand the 7 Hermetic principles and how they can impact your life. Apply them in your daily life and see how your reality changes.